Well, I'm off to the doctor today, my longevity doctor, Dr. Jason. And this is something I do every about 3 months. And this is where I get organ health, hormone health, body composition with a proper machine. I mean, the machine we have at the gym, the in-body machine, it's probably not the most accurate machine. The doctor's is maybe a little bit more accurate. It's a little bit more professional. It's not a DEXA machine. Really, the only way to get a proper reading is through a DEXA, and I can do that at the UFC with my friend Dr. Reed. Now I'll be relying on the doctors. So in this way, I'm constantly tweaking things, vitamins, minerals, supplements, different areas, and tweaking my health. And I think without going to a doctor, without getting regular blood tests, without getting regular body composition reading, and I do mean regular, mean once a quarter, I think is enough. You can go once every 6 months, but if you're not going once a year, and if you're not going often enough, then you're really missing out on really the best ways to improve your health. Because without understanding what's going on inside, it's all guesswork. Body composition is one thing. I mean, you can get that done in most gyms. You can weigh yourself, etc., etc. Without the blood tests of really knowing what you're putting in your body and the effect that it is having is ludicrous, because you're really guesswork and you're throwing things at a dartboard with your eyes closed. I like to throw things at the dartboard with laser focus, and that's what the blood tests do, and ensure that things are working and ensure things that, it's all this tweaking. I mean, right now I'm at a super healthy rate. I'm in the top 95 percentile. So I'm at a really top level of health for someone my age, but I'm not trying to be, I'm always trying to be tweaking. I'm always trying to be improving things. So again, it's imperative, I believe, to be getting these regular blood tests and body composition, and not just by any doctor, by a doctor that knows what the fuck they're doing. Most doctors don't have a clue. Most doctors are extremely unhealthy. My doctor, Dr. Jason from Singapore, is a biohacker himself, and he can interpret a lot of the data. I obviously have to interpret a lot of the data myself, and I have to teach myself. You need to teach yourself. But he helps me understand things deeper, and he also challenges me on certain things if I'm doing too much or too little of some things. So living in China for nearly 21 years, I have to say it's a great place to live in and be for many areas, and that's for a different video. But it has been very challenging to find quality longevity doctors. It's just not, I would say, not at all part of the culture. Like, it's really crazy. Like, China is so advanced in so many areas. We're about to catch a bullet train, by the way, because my doctor is in Suzhou. I live in Shanghai, and so I need to travel, but it's a bullet train, so it's, I don't know how many kilometers, maybe a few hundred kilometers, and it'll take 24 minutes to get there on the bullet train. So it's quite incredible. Anyway, so China's very, very advanced in many, many areas, but when it comes to health and health optimization, 30 years behind. Like, it's crazy which has been very frustrating for me, because, and I think it's part of the culture. Saying it earlier to my wife, the difference between a lot of businessmen in the West these days, many of these businessmen are biohacking, going to longevity doctors, training at the gym, dieting, always looking for ways to optimize themselves, because in the West, we've understood that a better optimization of health means a high level of consciousness. A high level of consciousness means you can be a better businessman, and with less stress, and not having stress and ego dominating your life. And health needs to be at the forefront, because you have better health, you have better business, you have a better business, you have a better family. It's all connected, but it comes with health first. But in China, largely speaking, that doesn't exist. It's sacrifice and a lot of work, a lot of stress, a lot of dinners, a lot of eating and drinking. So it's just the absolute opposite. And I would say also a lot of the doctors, weaving my thread through the busy train station, a lot of the doctors are also just not I don't know, they're reluctant to, or it's just not readily available. So anyway, I found Dr. Jason. He's a medical doctor, but he specializes in longevity. And because he's Singaporean, he has a worldwide view. So this is where I'm going to him. And he's a biohacker himself. He plugs into IV drips and glutathione and a lot of other anti-aging protocols. So he's not just a doctor. So we're at the entry point, 926, platform 20. Welcome to China. So on the platform now, you hear that noise in the background. Probably being Shanghai, you won't be able to see, I won't be able to do a video of how fast the bullet trains go, but because being Shanghai, they all stop here. But at some of the other smaller stations, you'll be able to see the bullet trains whiz by. And I'm going in the wrong direction. I'm in carriage 1, so that's the opposite direction. They've got now these are quite new. People can't jump in front of the bullet train, which why would you? And these open, it's quite sophisticated how it opens. So it's guarded, but it opens when the train stops. It's quite a new thing. Train. We got today business class, you can see here. There's even a gentleman sleeping next door. So it's only a 24-minute trip to Suzhou City, the industrial train station. So it's very, very fast and quite far. I'll actually check it out how far it is. Okay, so I got a little bit wrong, but it's 75 kilometers from Hongqiao to the industrial park, Suzhou railway station. So it'll take about 70 minutes by car, and it'll take 24 minutes by the bullet train. 24 minutes versus 70 minutes, so it's a little bit faster. So you can see the speed up there on the speed up there too. Nearly 300 kilometers an hour, so not slow. It can actually go faster. They slowed it down a few years ago. There was one accident, like in all of the years these bullet trains are going so fast, so they slowed it down a tad. But generally speaking, they're going around 300 kilometers an hour when they're at full momentum. So it just got to full momentum now after leaving the Shanghai railway station. 300 kilometers an hour. I think the train in Australia, where I travel from Castlemaine, where my mother lives, into Melbourne, I think it's maybe 100, 120, I don't know. But yeah, I imagine Australia had something. I was just thinking, if Australia had these trains, you could live in the countryside and get to Melbourne City and work in the city in 20 minutes. Like, it would change the entire culture and living lifestyle of Australia. Probably the real estate in the countryside would go up even further than it already is, but having the best of both worlds could be interesting. Anyway, just arrived to Suzhou 24 minutes later, and I'm about to get in the cab. The great thing about Suzhou station, especially, not all stations are like this, is the cabs are just there. Like, as soon as you exit the station, they're right there. So it's a 1 minute walk from the station. just got the body composition read. It's been a few months. We'll get this read out by Dr. Jason very, very soon. I believe this is more accurate than the gym in-body machine. So we'll get the verdict from Dr. Jason very soon. But up here it says I'm up to 98%. The last time I think I was at 94 or 95. So, and my age is 43 years. So it dropped. Before I think I was around 44, 45. I'm actually in the 49s.
Hey,
Hello, Dr. Jason.
Hey, good to see you.
Been a few months, mate.
Yeah, we just did your body composition and you're looking really good.
Thank you.
Right now, the next step is just going to monitor you and just to make sure everything's
Very, very good. Well, I was saying to the audience, this is Dr. Jason, by the way, the #1 doctor, my doctor in China. I travel all the way to Suzhou. I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because you're the doctor, I think it's imperative to everyone to get their blood work done. I do it about once a quarter, and also body composition, because if you're not getting it, you're going in blind.
Exactly. Well, I agree completely because the amount of data that we can collect to actually ascertain the current health condition is very important in determining what the outcome is of the future. So everyone should get their blood checked once in a while.
Absolutely. I mean, little things like vitamin C and vitamin E. I remember October last year we did that, and my vitamin E and C were very, very low. So I optimized very, very low.
Yeah.
And we optimized that, and things started improving.
Yeah, and you actually feel a difference when you actually optimize what you are lacking in your body right now.
Yeah, and you can't guesswork that. And you can't go on a scale and just measure your weight. You need to measure your body composition with an adequate, good measuring device.
Yeah, with today's technology, for sure, even in China, they're able to give you really accurate data.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jason, I really appreciate your help, mate. Let's get some blood done.
Take care.
Thanks, mate. Okay, so about to draw blood and then get an IV drip. The trick is with blood tests and needles is to not look. The problem is I am looking to the video. Usually I don't look. Usually it's not painful. But nonetheless, here we go. A little bit of stinging. She'll draw many tubes because we're getting organ health, hormone health, cholesterol health, insulin, metabolism. So every quarter I get these done. So there's going to be probably about, I don't know how many tubes, maybe 6 different tubes that she needs to draw out to ensure we get about all the different tests done. We may be even getting some vitamins and minerals done. So now, after the blood draw, now we're getting an IV drip, and this IV drip is anti-aging magic. So we've got a glutathione, alpha-lipoic acid, and some vitamins and minerals. Basically, the glutathione, alpha-lipoic acid, help flush the liver, clean the liver, also help increase my metabolism. So this is the longevity potion from Dr. Jason. As I'm getting the IV drip, I'll finish off the videos. According to the body fat percentage that I just got done, the results were 15.5. Body composition, I should be saying, not just body fat percentage. 15.5, and my visceral fat is level 4. With the gym, it came out at 12.1 and visceral fat at level 2, so it is different. Not these machines, and the only accurate machine is the DEXA machine, which I am overdue to go and see my friend Reed at the UFC, and then I can get a really accurate measurement. I suspect I'm somewhere between 12 and 15.5. In reality, visceral fat, hard to tell. Train on the way back to Shanghai. A very long ride, 24 minutes, Suzhou to Shanghai. We're in the first class. It's really strange on the Chinese trains systems. Business class is higher level than first class. Don't understand it because it's the opposite in aeroplanes. So this is first class. This is first class, and the seat I had on the way here was business class. Economy class, by the way, is really good as well. Sometimes I like to splurge and get slightly better seating. The difference is this is 2 seats in the business class, like 2 seats together, and the economy class is 3 seats together, so not a huge difference. The business class is 1 seat and very large and reclines and gives you a massage and everything else. To summarize my update, so I'll have back my blood tests in about 1 week-ish. So with that, Dr. Jason put a full report and analytics together and highlight areas that I should tweak, which at this stage will be less and less, but nonetheless I'm trying to tweak and improve everything. So the results are very pleasing on the body composition, but different than the in-body machine at the gym. The in-body machine said I was around 12.1%, and Dr. Jason's machine at the clinic says 15.5%. So both are, more or less accurate. I believe I'm somewhere in between, probably 13-14%. Later this month, I'll go and read my friend at the UFC and use the DEXA and get a very accurate reading. However, one thing that's very important if you're going to be doing regular body composition is using one machine as the level, as the barometer, and not multiple. And then it's consistent. So whether or not Dr. Jason's machine is accurate or not is irrelevant, as long as it's consistent. So if I was 3 months ago 19.5% body fat and Dr. Jason's, and now I'm 15.5, therefore I've lost 5% body fat. That is more accurate. Another key point I'd like to point out, which is very important to me and my overall health, is since October last year, I have lost no muscle. I've lost 6.5 nearly 7 kilos of fat, but I have lost no muscle. This is the most important. So my fat level is coming down, but my muscle has not changed at all. And in fact, since August, I've put on 1 to 2 kilos of muscle. So my metabolic rate and my body composition is improving all in the right direction, which is generally unheard of. But again, I would pay a large reasoning for this is because of these regular blood tests and these regular body compositions once a quarter. Without these, I'm going in blind. So I highly recommend you guys find a longevity doctor, do your regular blood tests, do your regular body composition, as well as, which I'll be doing shortly, uploading to your own AI model and getting everything analyzed and tweaked so you can go even deeper and educate yourself and buy books on these subjects. I'm always reading, always investigating. I am absolutely addicted to biohacking longevity because it's linked to cognition and consciousness. The better your health is, the higher your consciousness is.